Hi there, Jennifer Elizabeth Masters here, and I would like to take a few minutes to talk to you about the state of wonder. And just hang on with me. I would like you to breathe. That's the first step, to take a deep breath, because we need oxygen. We need oxygen to breathe. We need oxygen to to ignite our senses. We need to breathe. Be right with you. So some of the things that I do, I help people become enlightened. I help people be happy with life. I help people change their relationship to one that they prefer and that they're happy with. I help women get their husbands back. I help people manifest houses, sell their houses. I teach manifestation. It's part of how I live my life, and so it is a great joy of mine to help other people manifest their desires. And now there are several different ways I do that. I have lots of resources on my website, jenniferelizabethmasters.com. I have a free self-love quiz. I have a free depression quiz if you are having issues with depression, or you know somebody that is, or anxiety. I help people overcome fears and being stuck, self-sabotage. Part of also, what I'm doing too, in being happy with you and happy with your life, it's finding out what your soul purpose is. And, that's something that I discovered for myself, and I help others do too. So I am a soul sculptor. I help you break out of the mold of the past, the past story, the past unhappiness, whatever it is that you are trying to overcome. I help you do it. And for some people, that could be one session. For others, it could be 12. For others, it could be, a couple of years. But what I will tell you is, if you've been in therapy for 15 years or even 4 years and nothing has happened to change your life, set up your free discovery session. I am offering that for you today. Set up your free discovery session. It's on my website. I will help you to get a plan in place to change your life for the better and manifest those dreams. All right, one more thing here. Okay, we're talking about a state of wonder. Now, why would you care about living in a state of wonder? Well, what I will tell you is a state of wonder is one of the fastest ways to manifest what it is you want. And I'm going to share a story. Happened just yesterday. If you happen to see my story yesterday, I woke up very early in the morning, and I took my little dog. It was raining, and I put my raincoat on and took my dog, and we went downtown to Ojai and got some water. And then I said, okay, do you want to go for a walk? So Yoda said yes, of course. And it's dark, it's a little chilly, and it was rainy, and nobody was out. It was just him and I. So I threw my purse in the trunk of my car. Hi there, Star. And so I threw my purse in the trunk of the car, so I didn't have to be bothered with it. And we walked through the town, and I take pictures everywhere I went, and I posted them on my story on Facebook. And, I've been up since like 4 o'clock yesterday morning, and I said, geez, Yoda, I wonder how we could manifest a free coffee. Why free? Because I didn't have my purse. And I said already, the town was really sleepy. Nobody was out. There was one car parked on the boulevard where I was walking, one car. So we were walking along. So I'm just going to repeat. I said one time, I wonder how I could get a free cup of coffee. And So we're walking along, and this woman comes dashing down the sidewalk in a short sleeve sweater. And I said, aren't you cold? And she said, yes, I'm running to my car for a jacket. I said, oh. So I got to talking to her, and the lights were on in the little store down the way. I said, do you by any chance own the coffee roasters? And she said, yes, I do. And so we talked a little bit about several different things, about where her kids were going. They're going to Europe and Prague and this wonderful trip. And she looked at Yoda. We talked about him. And so then I said, you know, I've never been in your coffee shop before. And she said, well, come on in. So I went in, I looked around, I said, may I take some pictures? I said, I'm posting them on Facebook today. And she said, would you like a cup of coffee? And I said, would I? No, I didn't say it like that. I said, yes, thank you, that would be lovely. Do you see how fast it can happen? I asked less than 5 minutes before. I wonder how I could get a free cup of coffee. I wonder how. So what does it mean to live in a state of wonder? So let's talk about children for a minute. Think about children under the age of 7. Now, I was quite awake when my daughter was born. I was older, one of these older moms. And when Ariel was born, she remembered her past father, not the one that brought her into this world, another father. And she remembered her children. She remembered dying in a fire. She remembered all kinds of things. Children under the age of 7 will remember all kinds of things. They are in a state of wonder. Why is that? Well, because they're totally connected and immersed in the divine. They are still really connected with their divinity. They know who they are. So children, you know, they say out of the mouths of babes, children from the age of 7 and under will come out with truths that will not only astound you, but surprise you. Write them down. I have many things that my daughter said written down. A lot of them go into my books and my blogs, etc. But what I will say is, think about a child. They are in the moment. They are in the present moment. Children are definitely in the moment. They breathe deeply. They don't hold their breath. They focus on what is in front of them. They're not worried about their past. They're not worried about the future. They're not calling, phone a psychic to find out when am I going to meet my soulmate, my twin flame, or when's my check coming from Lotto, California, or wherever it is. So, living in a state of wonder, what does it mean? Well, one of the things, if you look at children, they are sensory beings. They touch, they taste, they smell, they're tactile. They use all their senses. They're looking, they're examining, they're feeling, smelling. Senses. So ignite your senses. And when you're walking down the street, don't be afraid to stop and smell a rose. I do it all the time. And of course, you know, when we're not afraid to look a little silly or crazy, that's more fun too. And I have a heck of a good time by myself. I don't need anybody to entertain me. I'm cheap entertainment for myself, and you can be too. So that you want to breathe, you want to ignite your senses, you want to do one thing at a time. So when we focus on one thing at a time, we can be totally immersed in it. When we multitask, we don't do anything with 100% focus and attention. Do you see the difference? So if you're reading a book and you're watching television and you're checking your cell phone and you're talking to your husband or girlfriend or wife, you're not giving anybody your 100% attention. You can't be. Could be your child. What about your kids? Are you focusing on them? And do you know what causes narcissism? Not being present with our children. Narcissism is caused by parents who are worried about the future instead of being present with their kids, present in the moment. You know, we're worried about, how am I going to pay my mortgage? How am I going to make my car payment? I hope I don't get fired tomorrow when I go into work. I mean, so being present in the moment with our children helps us to have healthier children, the children that feel like mom and dad were there for them. They're not emotionally abandoned. Okay, back to be present in the moment. Don't multitask. It's very important to do one thing at a time. You will be happier for it, and so will your family. Okay, what else can you do? Just going to wait till this airplane flies over. So we're talking about living in a state of wonder for easy and fast manifestation. So if you missed my little story, in less than 5 minutes, I manifested a free cup of coffee because I used the phrase, I wonder how I could get a free cup of coffee. I didn't have my wallet or purse or money with me. All right, so ignite the senses. That's the first thing. Do one thing at a time is the second thing. How about dining al fresco, eating outside? You know, having a picnic. When was the last time you packed a picnic lunch and ate outside in nature? And, you know, we can get a little carried away with, oh, there are ants, there are bees, there are bugs. So, you know, what do you think people did before they had air conditioning in the summertime? They spent most of their time outside, not indoors. They were outside under trees where the breeze is. And it's just coming into spring. Happy spring, everybody. This is a great time to be spending more time outside. It will help you feel happier. So dining outside is another way to be in a state of wonder. Acting like a child, playful, noticing, smelling things. How about bringing nature home? So how can you do that? Put up bird feeders, hummingbird feeders, and bird seed feeders. Put them all around your home so you can bring the birds to you. Notice them, listen to them sing. I mean, do you notice that the birds are singing before the dawn breaks? They start singing really about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I think they sing all night. I don't know when they're sleeping, but so bring nature to you. Buy a house plant, buy an orchid, bring flowers inside, you know, have a beautiful vegetable garden and bring flowers and plants into your home and talk to them. You know, I was just at the orchid show in Santa Barbara last weekend, and I communicate with plants. They talk to you. They have personalities. They are amazing. Trees too. Okay, so I know you think I'm a crazy person, but, you know, I'm crazy happy. So I think that's more important than whether I'm sane or not. Okay, so we're doing one thing at a time, dining al fresco, bringing nature home, and then the other thing, the one last thing, is touch nature. Touch a tree, hug a tree, sit with your back up against a tree. Touch the flowers, touch the petals, smell them. Commune with nature. Okay, so would you like to go over those all over again? Do you have a list? Do you know what we're supposed to do? To have a childlike sense of wonder, we're in the present, absolutely immersed in what we are doing. So when you're walking outside and you're seeing the blooms, the blossoms, just, wow, look at this, it's so beautiful. Enjoy it fully. So when you're walking outside, put your cell phone down. Don't be talking on your cell phone while you're walking outside. One thing at a time. That's 2, right? Walking and talking on the phone. Put the cell phone away. 2, ignite the senses. So activate all your senses. What did we talk about? We talked about touch, smell. Notice the wind. You know, that's something else too. You know, the wind is amazing. We've got beautiful wind here today because it was raining. Have you ever noticed that it rains and then the wind comes to dry up the rain? Nature is amazing. It rains and then the wind dries it up. It's amazing. Miraculous even. Okay, breathe. Ignite your senses. Do one thing at a time. Dine al fresco. Eat outside. Have a picnic under a tree or at a picnic table, or just set up a table outside. It's lovely to eat outside. I have a dream of sitting out in a field with a long table filled with my friends and having a beautiful dinner that everybody brings food for, and just sitting outside on a beautiful spring day. Can you imagine? Ignite those senses. Bring nature home. Put up bird feeders. Bring a house plant inside. And then there was one last thing. Touch. Touch nature. Now, speaking of nature, there's a lot of nature that you don't want to be touching, like bears and raccoons and mountain lions. You can look at those from a distance, but you sure do not want to be touching those. So be safe out there while you're communing in nature, and do please use that childlike state of wonder and find how fast you manifest. Now, I will say this is one of the things I do. So I clear the blocks to being able to manifest. So I'm able to manifest in the moment because I've been working on myself for a long time. I clear my energy field every single day. Before I work on a client, I clear my energy field. So I'm beginning to teach Kundalini Yoga, and part of that is clearing the heart and letting go of all those burdens. And the more clear that our energy field is, the less gunk and junk that we're dragging with us, the more able we are to feel joy, be in the present moment, and to manifest in the moment. So having your energy field cleared will help you to do that. And again, I'm going to remind you, book a free session with me. I'm offering that for you to work with me, find out how I can help you. We'll get a plan together. We will talk about how I can help you live in joy and the beauty and wonder of the present moment. So thank you so much for watching. If you're just joining me, please do watch it again, share it with a friend, and live in a state of wonder. And rewind. There's 5 steps here, and I share them a few times so that you won't miss them. I love you. Thanks for watching. I'm Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. And also, you know, I have a YouTube channel. Sign up there. Take my free quizzes. All right. Much love. They're on my website, jenniferelizabethmasters.com.